Meadery, and I'm the general manager and owner of Brothers Drake. So in 2007, Woody and Eric Drake, who were homebrewers of mead, they came to me with an idea that they wanted to start a meadery, and they were looking for a small investment to get that going. So them and I, and then a couple other partners, we all started Brothers Drake together.
My name's Sarah Schiffbauer. I've been working for Brothers Drake for about 2 years now. I am considered director of operations. I run production, essentially. So it first starts with materials. The materials that we source are really important to us. We try our best to source them as locally and as sustainably as we possibly can. Our apples come from northeastern Ohio. Our honey comes from around the Toledo area. It's a wildflower honey, and it's a small farmer up there that is able to manage as much of the quantity as we need, which is really an impressive feat when you think about it.
The byproduct of mead is honey. I mean, honey is the main product of mead, and the more people that drink mead, like through 800 meaderies in the US, the more honey is being produced, and we believe it's really good for the environment for honey to be produced.
We start with a honey and water solution for a traditional, and then we do a rehydration of our yeast, and we do use a white wine yeast. First you blend the honey and the water to the right sugar to water ratio, so however sweet you want it to finish, you take that into account with your starting Brix, which is your starting sugar. Once that white wine yeast is rehydrated and properly the nutrients are added into it, then we add that into the tank. And fermentation usually takes anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, a little bit shorter time frame if you're talking about things that involve apples like our sizers, or things that involve other fruits like blueberries or peach. That usually goes a lot quicker, just because the nutrients that are available in those fruits allow the yeast to work so much more effectively. I think the cool thing about Brothers Drake is it's such a different crowd than if you were to go anywhere else in Columbus. It's kind of it's a very welcoming place for people of any background to come in and hang out.
When we started, people showed up, but they didn't really seek us out. We had a few musicians show up with their gear, and they were like, "This place is cool. Do you mind if we like play some music?" And we're like, "Sure." You know, they hooked themselves up, started playing music. Word got out that there's a place to play music for musicians, so more new musicians started to show up here. They brought their friends with them, and their friends started drinking mead, and this really quickly turned into a music venue. And we saw how awesome the Columbus music community is. A lot of these bands that we're talking about are big bands today. There are bands that played here that are, you know, they will pack, you know, the LC right now.
They do a lot of shows here, like Jazz Wednesday is a big thing. They have a lot of like jazz and funk bands and stuff like that roll through here. They're really trying to push the music scene in Columbus in a good way, I think.
Mead is not something that's well known, so it depends. Some people know us as a music venue, and then there are other people who know us as the Meadery in Columbus. But the cool thing about mead is it still hasn't, I don't think it's like seen that second renaissance yet. You know, it was very, very popular before beer and wine. And then it kind of dropped off the map, and we're here trying to make it, you know, bring it back into style, bring it back into trend. And there are 2 other meaderies that are popping up in Columbus. So I think that by us being so established here for 10 years, maybe we made that possible for those other meaderies. I don't want to take credit or anything for that, but I think that's possibly a reason why there are now, you know, two other meaderies popping up.
When we started in 2007, There were about 20 meaderies in the US. We were the first one in Ohio. And today, there are roughly 800 meaderies. So in the last 10 years, a very fast growth, a 40-to-1 growth, which is wonderful. It's really wonderful to see that mead, the actual product, is growing. Because if the meaderies are there, that means the demand is there. So a really good growth in the mead industry, and hopefully it keeps growing.